Welcome back to Panther News 22. I'm Miles Vollmer.
And I'm Lane Normand. The date is March 6th, and we have a busy show ahead.
First, however, we have a few announcements for the students at Beverly High School.
Attention sophomore students. MCAS testing is coming fast. Taking place on Tuesday, March 24th and Wednesday, March 25th, testing will begin at 8:15 for all 10th grade students. As for grades 9, 11, and 12, you can expect a 2-hour delay on these dates.
Are you eager to be the mayor but not sure how you want to run a campaign? Would you like to see how Beverly Airport works but are afraid of flying? Try a rollout for a day. Beverly's first Student Government Day will take place on Tuesday, March 10th. Forms can be picked up in the main office of Miss Orr's room 223. Completed forms are due returned back to the main office or Miss Orr by this Wednesday at 2:33.
Have you ever thought about the work that goes into the restaurant signs you see every day? Or the logos of popular stores? All of them were designed by someone most likely working for a design company. Like Beverly's own Steez Design. To get a closer look at this nearby business, Paris went to the field to see what they're all about.
All right, so Andy, why don't you start by telling us what Steez Design is?
Steez Design is a full-service design studio here in downtown Beverly, Mass. We do everything from logo design all the way through to we work with a lot of commercial people, so we do some interior design, some space planning, as well as fabrication and murals, sometimes furniture. So all kinds of stuff. We basically bring designs to life for different commercial businesses like restaurants, bars, breweries, cafes, that type of thing.
Huh. And you told me earlier that you started here a couple years ago. Why did you start in Beverly?
Well, that's a good question. I've been a Beverly resident for 16 years now. And, I started out in my home office years ago and I moved to Peabody. I had an office there in Peabody and I was there for several years, and then I decided that it'd be nice if I could be downtown and, kind of near my home, so I wasn't having to commute as far. I put in a lot of hours, so not that Peabody's that far, but every minute counts when you run your own business. So the opportunity came up to kind of refurb this space here downtown Beverly, and so I thought, all right, this is cool. I could be like 5-6 blocks away from my home. So I jumped on it. And it's been 4 years now.
And what's the process of designing things here at Steez like?
It's different for everybody that comes through, but basically my client will usually email me or call me ahead of time and say, hey, I've got this project. And, we'll discuss it, and, I'll usually try to visit their site first. So I like to see the space that they're working with, and I go there and I look at it. And then at that point, I'll decide if it's a project that I want to take on or not. And if it's something that I like, then I'll say, yeah, let's do this. I supply them with a quote, and then they come back and either say yes or no. And then if it's yes, then we start moving forward. And it's usually, if it's a logo for a new restaurant, it can usually take about 2 to 3 months of back and forth and different meetings with all the partners to get that, completely finished. And then once that's finished, then we start on the interior stuff in the actual restaurant. Which could be everything from the exterior signage to murals or furniture inside, to the lighting, to the space planning. So some of these projects can be a month or two long, and some can be a year and a half.
Oof. And what's design as a field like? Is it becoming more competitive or?
Yeah, it is. I think it's like everything, with all this technology and Instagram, and it's like everybody's a photographer, everybody's a writer, everybody's a marketer. So I feel the same thing where everybody's a designer. So there's definitely a lot more competition. There's a lot more people, trying to do what I'm doing. But for me, my niche is really that I'm able to design and fabricate and create these pieces, whereas a lot of design firms strictly just do the design. So, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more competition out there, but I just try to do what I do and do it the best. And, usually when the client comes to me, they've already decided that they want me to take on the project. So yeah, there's plenty of room still for everyone because there's so much growth around here.
Did you ever have someone come in and ask for design that you were immediately like, oh, this is gonna be really fun?
Yeah, I've that both sides of that happened. I try to be very selective. I'm lucky I'm at this point in my career where I can pick and choose what I want to do, so I don't take on every project. I end up doing probably, I would say about 50% of the stuff that comes through is about all that I take. So about the other 50%, I usually will pass on to somebody else, or I say, I'm not the right company to do it. But yeah, there's always projects that come down through that I'm really excited about, but I try to be careful about that because a lot of times they're a year out or they're 6 months out, and even with contract signed, things can change, and so you just never know. And then sometimes I get a call from a client and it's an awesome project and they're like, can you do it next week? And sometimes I'll drop everything and do it next week. So yeah, that's always fun. It makes this job much easier when it's something that you love to do, and that's ultimately the goal. Not every job is like that comes through, but ideally, if I could make 90% of them like that, that would be great.
And would you have any advice for anyone who's looking to maybe go into design or?
Yeah. I think work hard and don't get caught up on all the social media and how many likes your stuff is getting, and trying to give all your work away for free to everybody online. I think just buckle down, work hard, work on your website, work on your own style and aesthetic, and just keep at it and keep going and things will snowball once you're out there doing it. But it's all about the work. It's not about the likes, it's not about the comments, it's about the work. So if you work hard and just stay at it, you'll be successful.
BHS is home to many clubs. Some create art, some look for ghosts, and one watches anime. David went to that club to see exactly what it is they watch: the critically acclaimed movies of Studio Ghibli, or shows as old as Naruto. Here's the answer.
Well, I mainly see the anime club as just a bunch of friends getting together every Wednesday. We meet from 3 to 4:30 every week, and it's just, you watch some anime.
My favorite anime show would probably be Violet Evergarden, due to the fact that it's a bit more chill at times, but when it comes to like what it's about, this girl, she had been serving in the army and since she was young, and so by the end of that war she ended up losing her own arms and had to kind of quit that force to be kind of a typewriter for people who write letters for others.
Yeah.
And so she had to, since she didn't really have much emotion in these letters, she kind of just had to learn how to actually convey these emotions and put herself in other people's shoes.
My favorite anime is probably like One Piece, since it's pretty much about a kid who wants to accomplish his dreams and show that he can become the king of the pirates.
Black Butler is a show where there's a kid named Seattle Phantom Hive, and he has a demon butler. And they go on adventures, they do stuff.
Sounds pretty cool.
And then Fairy Tale is a world where there's these mages and they go place to place on missions. They fight monsters. They fight other wizards from dark guilds.
Sounds pretty cool.
To be honest, I don't really have a preference for any particular anime.
Really?
If it has a good art style, I'll watch it.
Yeah. What's that?
For me personally, I'd have to say Inuyasha. It's basically a show about demons, and the main character is half demon. His sole purpose that he feels is to become a full demon. Halfway through, he realizes that if he becomes a full demon, he'll lose what actually made him want to fight and just go berserk.
Anime club. How I got into it originally was back in the earlier years of high school. I just, I liked anime. I heard about it, and I was just like, hey, this could be a good place for me to just come over, watch some anime. And in the end, it kind of just brought me to where I am today. Because the quality of anime is just kind of going up over the years.
Yeah.
What makes it so special would probably be the sounds that could be created, the stories that can be told. When it comes to art is not only just the outlines and the colors. It's just kind of the representation of what everything means.
My older brother has always watched anime. One of my first memories is me being at my old house and my brother watching Naruto with me.
I actually stumbled upon an episode of Inuyasha. That's what really got me into anime.
Recommended to the anime club last year. I started out in paranormal club, but finding out that they only met once a month was kind of a deterrent, as I didn't know what my schedule would be. So I decided to find something that would be a more broad thing that if I missed it, it wouldn't really affect anything.
An old friend of mine showed me anime of Tokyo Ghoul. I watched it for a little bit, and that's how I got into anime.
Style continues, and it continues to be good. It'll still be something that a bunch of people can get together and sort of do together and sort of hang out together.
So, in my opinion, the anime club is just like a nice place for all of us to meet, share an interest, It's just a good place for friends to be friends, even like new people who we don't really know.
All around Beverly, numerous roast beef restaurants have become some of the most popular places to dine. Josh made it his mission to decide just which sandwich is the best.
And here are the following reviews on the 4 roast beef places we visited and tried.
Nick's roast beef. Now we're gonna weigh Nick's roast beef super 3-way. About 354 grams, The plate might be around 4 grams, so let's say it's about 350 grams. Now we're going to take our first bite of the super 3-way. Oh my goodness. The mayonnaise kind of cools the taste down a little bit because the barbecue sauce is a little spicy, so it's a perfect combination. Very good. The super beef 3-way tasted very good in my opinion. The price is $7.50 for a super beef 3-way, which is the largest option you can buy for a roast beef sandwich at most roast beef places. The price for the sandwich is a little above normal because of its small size compared to the other places that serve roast beef. I think they could lower the price by at least 50 cents to $1 for the super beef 3-way because of its smaller size. Nick's Famous Roast Beef is located in North Beverly. It is located near a busy plaza nearby. The only downside to it is that it has a small parking lot. The weight for the Super Beef 3-way is 530 grams. The weight of this sandwich is lower than the other places, but they do specialize in the flavor, which sort of makes up for the the smaller amounts. The price, I give it a 6 out of 10. For the weight, I give it a 7 out of 10. For the taste, I give it a 9 out of 10. For location, I give it an 8 out of 10. My total overall rating of Nick's Famous Roast Beef is 7.5 out of 10. Nick's Pizza and Roast Beef. Where to start here? Oh my goodness. Okay. Very spicy. The price for a Super 3-Way at Nick's Pizza, Subs, and Roast Beef is $7.60, which is 20 cents less than Nick's Famous Roast Beef. It is located near downtown in a plaza with plenty of space to park. I did find the taste pretty good, but it was a little too spicy for my liking. The sauce was a little spicier than Nick's Famous Roast Beef, which didn't help the flavor very much. Otherwise, I did enjoy eating the Super Beef 3-Way. The weight of the Super Beef was 850 grams. Nick's Famous Roast Beef was 530 grams. With Nick's Pizza and Roast Beef, you get over 300 more grams of roast beef for around the same price. For taste, I give it a rating of 7.5 out of 10. For location, I give it a 9 out of 10. For weight, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. For price, I give it an 8 out of 10. I give it a higher rating than Nick's Famous Roast Beef just because of the portion size. For Nick's Pizza and Roast Beef, I give it an 8.3 out of 10 overall rating.
I also tried a Super Beef 3-Way from Nick's Roast Beef and Pizza. For location, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. It would be a little bit higher if you didn't have to go out of the way to get to it, because it's not really near a lot of bigger locations. For price, I give it a 8.5 because it is average among most roast beef sandwiches we tried, but you do get a little bit more. For the taste, I give it a 7 out of 10. It's not as great as the other sandwiches taste-wise. Also, a little too much sauce, and the sauce was a little on the spicy side as well. For the weight, I will be giving a 9 out of 10 because of how many grams you get for the roast beef sandwich compared to the other places. It's one of the bigger ones on the list.
Approved. Beverly House of Pizza, Super 3-Way. Now we're going to weigh the Super Beef 3-Way. About 453 grams. I will now eat the Super Beef 3-Way. I don't think Beverly House of Pizza's flavor was that remarkable. The bread was not toasted and the cheese was not really melted. And the meat didn't have that much of a flavor, the sauce didn't really help that much. I think the location is good because it is located right next to the Beverly-Salem Bridge. The weight was below average, although it seemed bigger than Nick's Famous Roast Beef, the weight was actually much lower. This could be because Nick's Famous Roast Beef is more dense. I think the price is good because it is lower than all the other roast beef places at a solid $7. I give Beverly House of Pizza a 6 out of 10 overall rating for taste. I give Beverly House of Pizza's location a 9 out of 10. For Beverly House of Pizza, I give the weight a 7 out of 10 overall rating. I give Beverly House of Pizza a 9 out of 10 overall rating for the price. I give Beverly House of Pizza a rating of 7.75 out of 10. Bill and Bob's Roast Beef. Now we're going to weigh the Bill and Bob's Super 3-Way. Bill and Bob's is the only place not in Beverly that we reviewed, but a lot of locals go there, so we figured we'd add it in. For taste, I give it a 9 out of 10. For location, I give it a 10 out of 10. For weight, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. For price, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed the taste of the roast beef and the abundance of sauce. I gave the location a 10 out of 10 because it's located near a very popular main road that a lot of people take to travel from Beverly to Salem. The weight was a little bit below average compared to other places. I felt like the price was fairly average for its size, so I gave it a 7.5. The price for a Super Beef 3-Way at Bill and Bob's is $7.05, but with tax it is $7.54. I give Bill and Bob's an 8.25 out of 10 overall rating.
Thank you for watching our package on the best local roast beef places to go.
Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Panther News 22.